I'm obviously attracted to you and hope to just help you out in your career in some small way.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and today I'm telling you the story of He's Just Not That Into You. The opening scene shows how Gigi is being bullied by a little kid. Anyway, Gigi's mother informs her that he likes her as a result. She informs us in voiceover that for years, other women have allowed them to believe the myth that if guys are cruel to them, it means they're into them. She claims that it is lousy counsel and simply untrue. She denounces it. As one does, Gigi leaves the playground and enters a bar where she meets Connor for a date as an adult. The waitress asks if they would like yet another round of drinks. Connor agrees hesitantly compared to Gigi's eagerness. What a fortunate girl. Anyone with eyes can see that this date is over after he kisses her on the cheek and they leave. He calls Anna as soon as they part ways because he is just sober enough to fear that she could cheat on him. Gigi, our heroine, believes he is calling to leave her a message. What? We're now switching to a food store, the next scene in the progression of the movie. When Anna receives a free cooler, she poses as her long-lost identical twin sister who she has just been reunited after a protracted search. She can't help but hug Ben, the customer behind her in line for checkout, because she is so delighted to see the cooler. We believe this is a meet-cute, right? But is it normal to feel this sick inside after a meet-cute? Perhaps it's because we just found out he is married. However, they continue to converse outside the store. Oh, and as luck would have it, Ben's friend Neil is waiting for him when he gets into the car. At least he can rely on a cheating expert. Then Neil visits his girlfriend Beth at her home. We now begin to question whether we are actually seeing a movie or if this is indeed the darkest historical period. The couple have been dating for 7 years, but haven't yet tied the knot. Yet Beth's younger sister is about to get married, and so Beth bugs Neil over this. People who get married are not to be trusted, he warns her. What? Is that the best justification you can offer? Rather than marriage is a sham of an institution. We don't need a document to prove our love and dedication to one another. Following that, we see a montage of Gigi acting completely insane following her date with Connor. She tells Janine that she knows where he hangs out, which was not how it worked even in the early 2000s. Later, we see her at work with Janine and Beth as they discuss their date in detail. Gigi, just go out of there, pour some wine in that work mug, and call him. As it turns out, she does just that, and that was some pretty poor advice. Whoops. Naturally, Connor does not answer the phone, so Gigi instead leaves him a voicemail. Following that catastrophe, Gigi visits the bar Connor claimed he frequents and informs the hostess that she is seeing someone. You are stalking, Gigi, not meeting someone. You are progressing in obtaining a restraining order. Here, she meets Alex, who will treat women poorly throughout the entire film in a manner that the director undoubtedly found endearing. Ew. At this point, Alex informs her about the rule. A guy truly doesn't care if he treats you like they don't matter, he claims. The rule is fine in theory, and we urge our pals to follow it every time they try to triple text a guy who doesn't even view their Instagram stories. We think the rule is a good one. The issue is that the film spends the following hour and a half refuting its assertion. But this is where we are going too far. So Gigi walks home, eats some small muffins, and realizes that a man doesn't care about you if he cheats on you early in a relationship or is otherwise terrible. Is that all she could think of? We have made more significant discoveries since downing 2 beers at a frat party during our first year in college. Following this, in a salon, Anna and Mary talk about Ben. Mary also has trouble getting dates with guys, primarily because she only ever meets them on the phone or the internet. She particularly dislikes how many communication channels today's women must check to see if a man has called. During the conversation, Mary tells Anna a story about a married guy who divorced his wife to marry the woman he loved, and they are still together. Why would you do that, Mary? That can ruin a potential marriage. Beth then causes a confrontation with Neil about marriage when she gets home. I need you to stop being kind to me unless you're going to marry me after, she tells him. Funny how, on our first dates, most of girls utilize the same line. We believe that everyone may comprehend why the majority of us are still single nowadays. Neil is asked by Beth if he ever plans to wed her. He does not respond. Beth, It's alright. We guarantee you won't regret leaving since in 2020 he'll be parading about Los Angeles without a mask and asking the paparazzi to take his photo while there is a global epidemic. Mary has a job in advertising for a newspaper where she is working over the phone to produce an ad for Connor and just happens to put him in the gay section. Ben invites Anna to his office so they can talk. They confess their attraction toward one another, but Ben refuses to cheat on his wife. Thank God. Ben attends the yoga class that Anna is conducting, after which she extends an invitation to him to go swimming, where they decide to become friends. Ben stands on the side while Anna disrobes and dives into the water. Where is this leading? In the meantime, Janine discovers cigarettes and an ashtray in their backyard. She yells at Ben for smoking when he gets home, which he disputes by arguing that any of the house renovation employees could have done it. She apologizes, but he views his marriage in a new light and sleeps with Anna. What have you done, Ben? Meanwhile, things heat up as Gigi is hooking up with another man. He responds that he will be out of town and unreachable for a long time when she expresses waiting for the intimacy of a second date. Oh boy, here we go again. She once again turns to Alex, who confirms that this guy isn't into her either and tells her that she should only go out with someone who feels the same way about her. He offers to introduce her to his friend Bill, who he believes will like her. They arrange to meet at the bar, but Alex claims he accidentally gave Bill the wrong day's information and Bill won't be there. Interesting. She questions why Alex is giving her so much advice on men and women, and he responds that it's because he feels bad for her and wants to invite her to a party. In the meantime, Neil, who is residing on his boat, goes sailing with Ben, and they discuss getting married. Ben claims that he married Janine because he loves her, and they are now happily married. He then ruins the moment by joking that no man truly wants to be married and that all they think about is all the ladies they're losing out on. Real classy Ben, Neil, who only wants to be with Beth, is shocked to hear this. We would be too. Since all the signs are in place, Gigi has decided to pursue Alex during the party. But he seldom speaks to her at the gathering and requests that she restocks the chip bowls. She leaps at the offer to co-host, believing that doing so will lead to their relationship. After the party, as Gigi cleans the flat, Alex plays video games with a gorgeous woman. When this woman leaves, Gigi rushes to Alex and starts to kiss him. Yes, are we finally going to see the love blossom? No, because Alex pushes her away and tells her she's doing the same thing again. A huge argument follows, where Gigi declares that she would rather stay naive than be a cynical loner like Alex. This leaves him stunned. What powerful moment! At the same time, there is a lot taking place simultaneously, now that Gigi is out of the way. Janine tries to rescue her marriage despite Ben's admission that he is having an affair by planning a surprise visit to his workplace. She has no idea that he is also seeing the other woman in the workplace, who is hiding in the closet, and that they were ready to have sex. Anna is present when Janine decides to have sex with her husband at his workplace. When Janine finally departs, Anna comes out of the closet angry and commands Ben to never speak to her again. Janine files for divorce after discovering a fresh pack of cigarettes in Ben's possessions at his house. She packs all of his clothes and leaves them downstairs with a note informing Ben that she wants a divorce. In the meanwhile, Beth visits Neil on his boat to inform him that she no longer needs to be married because Neil is a better spouse than her sister's husbands ever could be after meeting them. She allows him to return as long as he does not bring his hideous pair of cargo trousers with him. Never change, Beth. And then, Neil finally asks Beth to marry him. She is also an outlier. For our lost time and emotional suffering, though, we are suing. To serve as a last reminder that homewreckers often find themselves alone, we cut to Anna performing a depressing song in a club while sporting an excessive red lip color. Ben is once again buying beer at the store while Janine moves into a new home to start a fresh life with an immaculate mirror. This movie perfectly sheds light on the age-old problems of misunderstanding the opposite sex and shows us that the true way to happiness is not through finding another person, but through finding yourself. This film's interconnecting story arcs connect each character with the others, making it extremely relatable to people of all ages and genders. The depth in all these relationships offers a compelling insight into the realities of everyday relationships and inspires the audience to learn to love themselves before they can love others. This is a life-altering, must-watch movie for everyone. Please don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe. Comment below what you want to see us work on next.